Hello, dear ones. When it comes to people pleasing, I always tell clients that people pleasing is a gift until one's identity is defined by it. I'm going to give you some practical tips how to break free from people pleasing and to guide you through a powerful visualization. Let's begin by differentiating between what it means to be a people pleaser versus being a kind and giving human. When kind and caring start to interfere with your own life, when kind and caring it interferes with your own happiness. When you start putting others' needs before your own, on a consistent and continual basis. That is a block to your own life purpose from coming to fruition when we do this. It's needing to please others in order to feel accepted, validated, in a relationship and even loved. Now keep in mind, there's no judgment on this. These things can go unnoticed until it doesn't anymore. This is when people pleasing becomes a barrier to your own ability to prosper in life's purpose. Your soul is like a flower not being watered. And when your soul becomes neglected, how could it possibly grow and blossom to its full potential? It can't, can it? So, if you are a people pleaser, let me help you gain more clarity by asking you a few questions, which you can reply in the comments with yes or no, all right? I will number them as I say them. So in the comments, type the number sign and then tell me which number, like it could be number one, number two, number one, answer yes or no. You can do it like that and then I'll come in and respond, okay? So number one, do you have a difficult time saying no to others in your life? Number one, do you have a difficult time saying no to others in your life? Put number one, yes or no. Number two, do you worry what other people might think of you if you did say no to their request? Number two, do you worry about what other people will think of you, okay, if you did say no to their request? Number three, does saying no internally make you feel guilty or selfish? Okay, number three, does saying no make you feel guilty or selfish? How you doing? I have a couple more. Number four, do you tend to do things for others to earn your right to be in their life? Number four, do you tend to do things for others to earn your right to be in their life? And number five, do you neglect your own needs do you neglect your own needs, right, in order to help others? That was number five. Do you neglect your own needs in order for others, in order to help others? Let me know. All right. Now, if you typed yes to any of these questions, people pleasing is present, but it's also a good sign because self-awareness is the key to change, and this opens your soul to allow transformation of patterns that no longer serve you. Now, in order to break free from being a people pleaser, right, you need to know why you may be engaging in these kinds of behavior. Let me shed some light on possible issues going on that may be causing you to habitually please people. It often stems from lack of self-confidence and low self-worth. Make sense? Where you have a need for external validation through helping others. It feels good to have someone say thank you. It feels good to be needed and have others respond in positive ways. But have you ever not felt seen for the things you do? That doesn't feel so good. And I understand the positive accolades because I love them too. There's nothing wrong with that. Remember, it's just out of balance. That's all. You may be insecure about what other people, if other people don't like you, what they're thinking of you, and how they're going to respond if you say no to their request, which will cause you to say yes to everything. There is always the fear of not being accepted and seen for who you are, right? It could be a case of perfectionism, where you want everything to be okay in the world of those around you, in the world of the people that you help, including how people think and feel about themselves. That's because you have a very loving heart. As well as, though, not wanting to be rejected by them. And people pleaser most often starts as an inherited pattern, as well as a learned behavior from observing a parent or a grandparent who was an overgiver in their life. I know many people pleasers find it easier to focus the majority of their energy on pleasing others rather than focusing on providing themselves with sole purpose activities. This works until it doesn't anymore. It no longer feels good when we reach a certain age, and it happens for everybody. Maybe you've experienced it or not. But we reach a certain age in life and we begin to look back on our life. And we wonder where the time has gone. This is when regret comes into play because you haven't done what you'd wanted to do. You haven't written that book that you've started many times before, nor have you put your dreams into action. I'm sure you've heard the expressions, you can't pour from an empty cup. Needing to feel that constant desire to be there for others and give everything you have leaves you empty it leaves you empty to live your own life, and it's nearly impossible to give from scarcity. And I know from experience. So what can you do? Here are some tangible solutions that you can try. 1, when someone asks for a favor, like from your church community, right? There's always this consistent asks from certain people. You know what I'm talking about. It could be from a school group or your local community. It can be from a family member that is extremely needy and over-dependent on you. Tell them you need some time to think about it. Give yourself that pause, right, before automatically saying yes, so that you can ask yourself, how much time will this take? Do I have time? Is this something I really want to do? Ask yourself, how stressed am I going to be if I say yes in this project or for this responsibility? Number 2, start small by saying no to smaller requests. You can even do this via text message and work your way up to saying no in person. You can always say, thank you for asking me. Let me check my calendar. Thank you for asking me. Right now is not good for me. but I might be able to help in the future. Okay. Number 3. This is a good one for service business owners, and that is to create boundaries in your life. For example, you can only take phone calls at certain times to set limits on when you are able to talk, or let others know you are only available between a specific period of time. Set healthy boundaries with those couple of friends in your life that only talk about themselves for 2 hours straight and then they get off the phone, leaving you feel depleted and exhausted. Let them know you have a hard stop in 15 minutes, right in the beginning of the call. Text them before you get on the call and say, I have 15 minutes. Is that enough time? You can do this. I know you can. If I've done it, you can do it. Number 4, set goals and priorities in your life that fill your life with rewarding soul purpose. Take a class. Actively get involved in a career, something that you think, even if you just have a desire to learn how to do. This will help you feel like you are being in integrity with your life, okay? It will help you set boundaries so that your life isn't about everybody else's life. It's all about learning how to balance your desire to make others happy without sacrificing your own life, which will leave you at some point feeling unfulfilled. Something else to be mindful of is that constantly pleasing others, you're at risk of drawing people into your life continually who are needy, which means you'll continue to attract people who aren't good for you. And you deserve to enjoy life and to live an abundant one full of genuine, fulfilling relationships. You will be closer to fulfilling your divine soul purpose as soon as you begin spending more time saying yes to your hopes and dreams. Now, I'm going to pop back in and see if you have any comments for me. Oh my gosh, we got lots of them. Then I'm going to do a visualization, so stick with me, okay? Let's see. Number 1, is it okay, guys, I got to know if number 1 is a yes or a no. Let me come in here. Number 1 dash yes or no. Number 2 dash yes or no. Sorry. Hello, Ron. Lisa. Okay, you've got a couple no's here. Maria is a no. So I used to try, Ron, you're saying I used to try not to anymore. It really is an awareness, isn't it? And oftentimes we can, lots of times we can even volunteer for things because of the desire to help. And keep in mind, there's nothing negative about this until it becomes out of balance. Just know that, right? Yeah, there isn't. Now, let's do a meditation. How's that? Okay. Let's do a meditation. Because what I want to do is I'd love to help your brain integrate the knowledge and help you by doing this, by having you visualize change, that way you can refer back to this visualization when old patterns of overgiving, right, return. Now, I understand about giving. I understand that giving is part of a lot of things in our life. Please keep in mind, I am talking about when it becomes out of balance. I am not talking I am never saying we don't do nice things for people. I am not ever saying that we don't sacrifice, okay, in order to be of support or help someone else. This is the exchange of life, and we do that. It's when you get to be 50 years old, 40 years old, and all you're doing is for everybody else. It doesn't feel good. That's what I'm talking about. And it's about being aware of where you're holding yourself back in your life, where you're getting your validation, and just really looking at that. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, so let's do a visualization. It's a really beautiful one. I'm excited to share it with you. All right, let's begin. Okay. All right, let's begin. With this visualization, you will be gently guided to move forward in your life and open yourself up to amazing possibilities of relationships that include giving and receiving as you say yes to living your life purpose. Now, with your eyes closed, and preferably with your feet on the ground, take a breath in of air into your lungs, filling it to capacity, and hold. There you go. Now on the exhale, just let go of the day's tensions and worries. On your next breath, make it a belly breath. Breathing into your stomach, expanding it to capacity. As you imagine a cord attached to the back of your belly button, and the other end of this cord is attached to your spine. Now on the exhale, you sense, feel, and imagine the cord pulling your stomach back to the vertebrae. A little bit more on the exhale, activating your central nervous system. Beautiful. One last breath. Back up into your lungs, filling your lungs to capacity. As you imagine the breath continuing up into your brain, activating the right and left hemisphere of the brain, activating the cells of your body to release what doesn't serve you anymore. Now, returning your breath to a normal flow as I count from 3 to 1. 3, you are becoming more deeply relaxed. 2, the sounds around you will always allow you to go deeper relaxed. 1, you sense, feel, and imagine. You are in a warm, cozy cabin, curled up on a soft velvet sofa, surrounded by big purple pillows, as if they are encircling you like a protective bubble. As you watch the crackling and dancing flames of the wood burning in the stone fireplace, you feel a great sense of inner peace. In the middle of the room is a round wooden table with a thick brown leather book that has a beautiful gold binding capturing your attention. Standing up, you head to the table and pick up the leather book. You feel the weight of it in your hands. Placing it back down on the table, you begin to flip through the pages. However, all pages are blank. You feel compelled to continue strolling through page after page, but there is no writing on any page. Curiously, you close the book and turn it over to look at the back cover, drawing it closer to your face, tilting your head to the side to make out the words written in gold lettering. They say, "This is your story." You are aware this leather book titled "This is Your Story" is your book. You see other worn-out tethered books in front of you. As you pick them up, you are aware that these are the book stories of other people. They are the stories of other people in your life that you felt the need to please. Everyone in your life that you've generously given so much love, kindness, and sacrificed your time for. Pausing in this awareness, you realize it's now time to open your heart to receiving, as you are ready to let go of your need to give up your life to please others, and to stop the pattern of always putting others before yourself, to allow you to live your life purpose. Opening the first page of your life storybook. It's blank. And picking up the vibrant gold pin next to you. You put the pen to the paper and naturally and effortlessly begin writing word after word all the things you wish for yourself in this life. You see words formulating on the paper, like increased happiness, acceptance, life purpose. You see healthy and loving relationships written. Setting healthy boundaries that allow you to give and receive from others. These words make up your true story. You are filled with so much gratitude, knowing that you now have the strength, the self-worth, and the confidence to focus on your life purpose. You pick up the book and hold the book close to your heart and feel everything you want for yourself integrating within you. You sense, feel, and imagine it coming true. And you give yourself permission to live your life while also being of service to others. This cabin, this place, this leather book, your story, is a place to revisit often, to remind yourself of your true story, and to continue to write life purpose words into your life purpose story, as it is in your divine right to focus on fulfilling your life with happiness and lasting abundance. This powerful truth within, and within this seemingly magical cabin, is what it feels like to receive instead of always being the giver. Bringing your awareness back to your breath. I will count from 1, 2, 3. You will come back to your original space with clarity, inner peace, and the ability to set healthy boundaries. 1. bringing your awareness back to your body. 2, activating the cells in your body, in your brain with your new integrated soul's truth of self-acceptance. 3, eyes wide open as you are now fully accepting of receiving the answers you seek in this life. And you are complete. All right. When you're ready, come back to me. So if you have like a yes to anything, it's pretty hard to be in a service profession, okay, or in that capacity, right, and not go through periods of time where we might struggle with this a little bit. That's all. And so it's just, for me, I wanted to bring an awareness to you, and I wanted to help you set healthy boundaries, right, and give you some ideas on how it shows up and ways in which you can work through that to continue to be giving. That is important, as I've said, and yet give yourself time to fulfill your hopes and dreams, because that's important to me. Is that you feel purposeful and that some of those things that you've wanted to do, you begin doing. So if you need permission, I'm giving you permission. All right. I'll see you next week. And thank you for being with me. Thank you, thank you. And I'll come in and respond, okay? So go ahead and comment and I'll hop in. All right, everyone. Talk to you later.